Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Key to Diversification episode 12. For those who has been joining us for the past few episodes, thank you very much, and I hope that you like this program. My name is Mandy Chen, Head of IQI International Sales. Just a little bit background of myself. I've been involved in international marketing for more than 7 years, and myself as an investor, actually invested quite a few properties in different countries for my past few years. So the program that I designed is to benefit for those who are keen to explore in international properties, or they wanted to diversify their investment portfolio by hedging against the currency, yet they do not know how to go about it. Perhaps this is one of the key concerns most of the investors, because they do not really know how to go about it. Especially we are talking about unfamiliar places, new territory. So if you have such concerns, can you just comment concerns, all right? So today with this program, we will actually giving you some of the fundamental investment guidelines and criteria to invest abroad. Besides, we actually give you some market updates in the international market perspective. And at the same time, you will actually benefit a lot from there. And by end of this program, you will discover that in fact, some of the countries' investment policy for foreigner are rather friendly, and minimum entry cost for foreigner, or I would say is some of the countries' rules and regulations is actually very, very flexible. Okay, our program will run on daily basis, 8 p.m. Malaysia time, GMT +8, and we will feature in Facebook Live at IQI International Sales page. All the recording will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, IQI International Sales as well. For those who have missed the past few episodes and you wish to go in and take a look again, you can always log into our YouTube channel and you can actually get a copy from there. So remember to mark your calendar, because we still have another 2 more programs going on. Then subsequently, we will actually stop for a while before we proceed to the next one, all right? Again, it depends on the support. So the more supports that you all give it to me, then I will do more for you guys, all right? So, okay, in my program, I actually invited quite a number of panel speakers, and most of them are qualified professional real estate specialists, and some of them are from our IQI Global team. They are investors as well, so they are able to share their experience and knowledge as an investors to guide you through your property diversifications. So today, we have a special guest all the way from Brisbane. All right, so today we're going to talk about Brisbane. All right, so Mr. Johan Halim, okay, principal of Golden Gate Realty. So today he's going to share with us his experience in Brisbane. Okay, so let's welcome Mr. Johan Halim. All right, so for those who always join our program, remember we always have the report to give away, so please stay tuned with us. So if you like our program and you like our page, please give us likes and comment report. So later on, we will actually furnish a report to you. My team will contact you, and this report we are talking about Brisbane overall markets updates, and it's actually presented by Mr. Johan. Okay, hi Johan, could you introduce yourself to the audience?
Hi everyone, how are you? Hi, 大家好，你好. Yeah, my name is Johan Halim. Apa kabar from Indonesia?
Apa kabar? Yes.
Yes. Yeah, my name is Johan. I'm the principal Golden Gate Realty. Just a little bit background from myself. I migrated to Australia since 2006, and then already 14 years ago.
Wow, that's very long.
Yeah. I studied
Indonesia.
Pardon?
Do you miss Indonesia?
Yeah, I really miss Indonesia, the food especially.
But do you go back often?
Yeah, because I still have the family in Indonesia. Yeah, my sister and all of my family, some of my family in Singapore as well. My sister live in Singapore,
All
and
right.
my father, my mother as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So just a little bit. My background is about like I study a bachelor degree in Jakarta. My major is accounting. Yeah, and I used to work with that big accounting firm in Jakarta. And after that, I continued study in Berlin, Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And after in Germany, I come back to Jakarta because of I read the book, read Rich Dad and Poor Dad from my friend give to me. And
All right.
actually, I read the book and pretty much is inspiration for me. It's about like they talking about like from Robert Kiyosaki, and the diagram is I remember is about the employee, self-employee, go to the business and investment, and then suddenly is talking about the network is very important as well. And after that, I come back to Indonesia and started my journey as the insurance advisor
Mm-hmm.
with the AIG Lipo. At the time, is the USA company.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I learned about like how we do more value for making money. It's about like some things like I want to do a bit more differently. It's not about like normal people that just employ work and then after back home. I want to learn about like how can I maximize my value, my time is getting more and more value.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I proved myself to push my limit. It's about like I earn more money and compare with the other employee at the time. And I was at AIG about 3 years. My achievement is about like to become branch manager. After that, my career is very good. And then I make a big deal with the two organization with Indonesian government. Yeah, it's a big achievement. And after that, I learn about the investment in stock market as well.
Wow.
And from this money, I can marry my wife now.
All right. All right. Oh, for those
Yeah,
who are single,
yeah,
if
this is
you're
about like
joining us, then
pretty much.
I have more chance, any more chance already because Johan is attached. Uh, all right. So maybe you want to. Okay, for those who love to hear stories, so can you just comment story? So I will make Johan to tell us his story that or his journey to Australia. So for those who wants to hear story, can you just comment story so that it will inspire Johan to tell us his story? All right.
Yeah, and after that, meet my girlfriend. Now is my wife, and she live in Australia, and she showed me it's about like how is beautiful Australia, and I fly to 3 cities actually. I went to the Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Sydney is it's like the big city, and Melbourne I like it because like a Europe because I used to study in Berlin.
Mm-hmm.
Brisbane a bit quiet, but I like it. It's we have the Gold Coast and we have the Sunshine Coast. It's a lot of beach and a bit more warm. The weather, this is what I like it. It's Melbourne is too cold sometimes. Yeah, I like a bit more warm weather. Uh, After I went to the viewing some of the city. I starting in Brisbane because my wife has studied in Brisbane as well, and then I start my job and to become work in the Commonwealth Bank about almost 2.5 years and learn a lot of things about the Australian culture. Uh, Looking at the people is in Commonwealth Bank for me is a good uh, lesson because looking Australian when getting retirement, I meet a lot of people retirement come to the bank. Mostly 70% is not happy, and I ask them, and they are very not prepared in the financial when they achieve the retirement age. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, but some of the what in the bank is we have a lot of the clients, and some of the clients is very rich and very wealthy, and some of the story I for me is inspiration for me how they become uh, become more rich, and then I learned from them as well, and from there I starting for looking for another opportunity, and I think about almost 50 seminar I went through, and then after that I starting to jump to property. Now about already 7 or 8 years already in the property industry.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So you still
yeah.
think that property will actually help you to build your portfolio in terms
Yes,
of
because in the
generating the
property,
wealth?
people,
Yeah.
yeah, people well because of the property as well, and of course, cash flow is very important.
Yes.
And I like your topic is diversification is very important. It's about like managing risks. In the other hand, is looking for another opportunity as well.
Yep. Can
Yes.
you just tell us a little bit difference on the lifestyle of Indonesia versus Australia?
Okay, the lifestyle a little bit different in Indonesia and Australia. When I was arriving in Australia, I look at the Australia is very happy face. I said to my wife, they very enjoy life, and it's a lot of outside, means like outdoor activity. And in Indonesia, we have a lot of indoor activity, like go to the shopping. That's the different thing. And I saw for the retirement people, retirement age people is very independent. They went to the bus alone, and look at in Indonesia, sometimes they depend on the family members to go to the car, and sometimes you go to the wheelchair, something like that. I'm thinking about like, wow, it's so independent retirement people, and I want to become them. I don't want to depend on my kids at all. I just want to be independent.
Well, actually, in terms of the lifestyle, I think Australia is actually better to raise a family, to isn't it? So
Yeah.
in terms of
Uh,
the welfare as well, and the bondings, the way of the lifestyles over here that people tend to enjoy life, whereas I think in Indonesia's things are different, right? Everybody will just work and work and work, right?
Yes, it's work, and then the most important, the different thing is about the traffic jam. Oh,
Yeah, it's
I
very
think
bad.
Jakarta is very bad. But
Worse
in
than
saying
Malaysia,
that,
I think.
but in saying that the population is very growing in Jakarta, it's good for the business. Just a positive way as well.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, but in here, because it's the not to traffic jam, we can do a bit more effective, especially we are and meet the people, meet the clients, and a lot of meeting with clients. It's more effective. Sometimes one day we can meet about 3 or 4 people and 5 people. But in Jakarta, I can't meet about 4 or 5 people in one day because it's separate. If we managing with a different place, its traffic jam is take a lot of time. Yeah.
Yep.
But the other hand is about like when you compare with Jakarta, more population and they are very rich. A lot of people very rich as well in Jakarta. It's very potentially a lot of Jakarta from Indonesian people invest in Australia as well. Yeah, in when you compare in locally in Australia.
Yep.
Yeah.
So can you just briefly tell us the Brisbane in terms of the population's growth rate, and is there any massive developments going on, and what is the impact to the overall economy in Brisbane?
Yeah, Brisbane is the biggest city, in the third of biggest city in Australia after Sydney and Melbourne. And then the population, in saying that the population, we have the population in Brisbane is always growing and growing. Now it's about like 2.5 million people, and research from the ABS, they said about want to achieve 2.6, and pretty much is growing in 9 years. Is average about 3.4% in 9 years, and the population growth. But mostly is the from fertility and interstate migration is very put the effort to population growth in Brisbane, and also overseas people as well to migrate to Brisbane. When you're talking about Brisbane, and we we have a lot of the massive development as well. Yeah, for example, like the massive development is about like we have the new airport, which at the moment still development is about invest about 1.3 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And also we have the cross river rail. It's about like the connected from the Datum Park to Bowen Hills to about like 10 kilometers about. And this is the 5.4 billion. And also we still have the Brisbane Metro is almost 1 billion to connect it from the south of the Brisbane to the CBD area as well, and to go to UQ, and from the south connected to the north side, a bit north side area. And also we have the infrastructure is the Brisbane Life. Is about like the proposal, the entertainment precinct to build in the Roma Street Transit Center and surrounded rail. And also about like the future, they open up the new hotel.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the Queen's Wharf as well. And under development is about 3 billion about the investment only in the CBD area only. And also we have the Heston Quarter is about like the state government. And to build the project is about like 132 bed for the public specialist center, and then the private hospital, aged care and retirement living. Yeah, and a lot of massive development are growing in the Brisbane, and to create a lot of job as well, employment in Brisbane. And when we're talking about the employment, we're talking about the LGA, the employment is about like Brisbane CBD, south of Brisbane, and Brisbane Airport is about like in 2016, about they created the job is about 100, almost 150,000, and now to predict to 2014, they say it's about 234,000 about the increase the employment.
Wow.
It's about
okay.
the growth. Yeah, growth annum is about like 1.8%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is for the data, and I can share you for the data as well to you guys, and yeah, you got already as well.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then for the university, we have the 3 universities. We have the Griffith University, and then we have the QT University in CBD, and also we have in UQ as well. And then for the big Queensland is recorded for the migration is about 24,000 people. Yeah, and in the 12 month in March 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually it's about like the student coming, like especially to coming to Brisbane, is give a lot of contribution for the Australian economy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the best of the number 3. They export a lot of migration from university, tertiary university as well.
All right.
Yeah.
So lots of development plans that is going on, and government actually spend quite a number of money to actually upgrade the Brisbane's to compete with Melbourne and Sydney, I guess, right?
Yes. And then yeah, from migration from interstate, because Brisbane is more affordability in saying that not like the property market when we're talking about median price, the Brisbane is cheaper, about 350,000 cheaper than Sydney. When comparing Melbourne is around 200,000 cheaper than
Johan, you got to speak a bit louder because it's a bit soft.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I said it's about like Brisbane market is cheaper than Sydney, about 350,000. And Melbourne, when you compare with Melbourne, is around 200,000 cheaper.
Yeah, and I believe that because of the affordabilities and of the weather as well, so a lot of people actually intercity migrate to Brisbane. This is actually one of the factors. All right, so for those that will just join us for this program, welcome to our The Key to Diversifications episode 12. So today we are talking about Brisbane's markets. As usual, we are actually giving out the reports. Okay, this report was talking about Brisbane markets updates. So for those who wanted to have this report, so please like our page and like our program and comment report, and my team will actually contact you and send you the reports. Okay, so if you have any questions in between, feel free to actually drop us comment in the comment box. If you have any questions with regards to Brisbane's markets, we will actually try to answer it later. All right, so please feel free to ask any questions. All right. So what is the potential of investing in Brisbane? I mean, there's a lot of investors will say that, oh, compared to Melbourne, Sydney, why Brisbane? So what is your view and your comment on this?
Okay. For my opinion, Brisbane market right now is the best investment because of the interest rate is very low at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And also when we compare with the rental income, we can get about like 4 and until 5% yield. And at the moment, the bank only about 2.1 or 2.5% between that when to the mortgage. And also at the moment, the rental at the moment pay more rather than you buy the property when you have the mortgage with the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the very good timing because this is the best you can buy because the RBA is Reserve Bank of Australia is very low in the history. It's only 0.5%. And the other things is we have a lot of massive infrastructure development, what I told you before, and this is create another employment area similar like, and we see is $1 billion put into the Brisbane, and similar like when you elephant put into the pool and the water will be going up. Yes, yeah, and this is what I can say. And our rental as well is very good renting at the moment. And then especially for the right now the market, because my company have the rental property management as well, we got a lot of the listing as well, and the rental is not too hard because people see affordability for the price. Yeah, it's about the affordability in Brisbane rather than doing compare in Sydney and Melbourne. At the moment. Yeah.
So what is the investment hotspot you would recommend if you investor interested to invest in Brisbane?
Yeah. So firstly, I give you the formula like Australian like pie, and the I is the P is population, I is the infrastructure, and E for the employment. So the area, for example, like we have the Brisbane airport to build up another second one, and pretty much in those area in the Brisbane airport is create a lot of employment area. So property market in this area is more increased, and also the more popular is about like the good school. And for example, like Brisbane State High School and the private school is number 1, number 2, between rank about 3, number 1, number 2, number 3 is mostly the suburb is very popular. And it's a hot spot and people like it. And then in the other hand is the very interesting in the Asian market as well. In the
Sunny Bank.
Yeah, Sunny Bank. Yeah, yeah, it's very popular. I don't know why, but this is the market. Mostly is more like Asian people living. Is very potential, going very fast. Yeah,
because a lot of clients will come to me. The first thing, either they would talking about Brisbane CBD. The second one, they will talk about Sunny Bank. The third one, they will talk about Gold Coast.
Yeah, also the CBD is number 1 because the 70% people got a job in CBD area, and mostly about like almost 60% people rent in CBD area as well. Yeah, and a lot of entertainment area as well. And especially we have the Queen's Wharf at the moment is a development, and this is creating a lot of job and to become iconic the Queen's Wharf project. Yeah.
So roughly, what is the average of the capital appreciations year-to-year basis in Brisbane?
Yeah, and when you're talking about like capital appreciation, and then when we're talking about the investment, they have the momentum I see, and the momentum is different time. What I see that in the so long, and from the 2009 we have like global financial crisis, and then from the global financial crisis, it's about like a lot of people talking about the property market to going down, but actually after the 2009 and 2010, they will be increased another 11%. And then after that, 2013, 2011 actually they a bit stopped for the growing because suddenly the government panic why so many people jump to in the property industry, and the property market is going up so fast after the GFC, and suddenly the government is nervous, and then the RBA will be increased suddenly 1% for the interest rate, and suddenly a bit slow down, a bit
Okay.
like going is a bit at zero, and after that 2013 going up another 5%, and 2019 going up about 13%, and pretty much it's depend on the momentum. Yeah, what I said is at the moment the right time is right now, because you cannot find the three item and to become three in one. What I said, the three in one is about like firstly, is interest rate is very low at the moment.
Okay.
It's the lowest. Yeah, and then second thing is about like Brisbane market, and the price is very affordability at the moment, and rental at the moment is you pay a bit more rather than you buy the property. This is three things this become momentum. I believe the property market will be back on the market and will be going up strongly for this year or next year.
Oh, that's great. Great to know. So for investor who is actually looking into invest in Australia, so perhaps you can actually consider Brisbane, because based on the three criteria or three factors that Johan was just mentioning. All right. So what is the current situations, as in like everybody knows because of the pandemic situations. So is there impact a lot in Brisbane? What is the situations right now?
At the moment today, I just looking the news is about like we got the 0 case, and
oh, that's great.
From the Palazzo government and from in Queensland, and I totally is very support for the government doing the very good job, and in front police, nurse, doctor as well. I really appreciate it because they are doing very good job, and we become already single digit at the moment. And in terms of the government managing so well, and in, the logistic about like the beds, more beds, and more hospital handling for the COVID-19, and a lot of ventilator as well, they will be provided. And also the time, they act very fast. And in saying that, and they give for the stimulus package, is pretty much the stimulus package at the moment government give for the 7 times from the GFC. So meaning it's about like the government threw out the money to help the Australian. Pretty much is the good
very
for us. You
yes.
can stay. Yeah, it's not a lot of impact for the people get the hardship. The only impact, the tourism impact, and aircraft is impact. The Ireland is impact, but not a lot of the other things. The retail starting back on tomorrow, actually this night, and we open up in Queensland. We open up. Yeah, pretty much. I believe in back on normally, and very good positive way. And also what I say is about like because of the COVID-19, project marketing, the property a bit slower because mostly we got from the overseas client to coming, but we have the restriction at the moment. Yeah, the last 2 months is very slow at the moment, but for the resale market, for the local market, still keep going. We still sell it as well because we cannot open home, but we can do only private inspection. Yeah. Yeah, and auction. Yeah, auction, we are not a lot, but auction we can do an online as well. For the resale market, local market, still a strong demand. And for our rental market as well is very strong as well. A lot of people want to see the open inspection as well, but we can do only the private inspection. Yeah.
But at least the activity didn't stop. It's still ongoing. It's just that they will actually minimize the sort of number of people who inspect the house, right? We're more on the private inspections instead.
A bit more longer for the one by one we have to go through because
the process will be longer.
Yes, but it's okay. It still keep going and still actually more busy.
Yeah, compared to the normal days, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's
but
good.
But I believe it'll be back to on my in May. It'll be back again. Yes.
All right, that's very good. So, is there any like good deals that is going on, especially during this time?
This is the good question.
Yeah, investors
Yeah,
love
and
to
then
hear.
the fabulous the project is already finished, and then actually, if people want to buy and they come to here to have a look and sign a contract, and then after that, they probably give the 2 ticket and plus 3 night accommodation, and then for the foreigner to come to buy the property.
Wow. Okay. Free trip, property trip.
Yeah, property trip, correct. You contact Johan.
So for those that who wants to have a free property trip, okay, so can you just comment trip, okay? So I will get my team to contact you to send you this interesting projects that will actually offer the free property trip. All right. So if anyone have interested in this, all right. So you have any questions for Johan? If you have any questions, feel free to ask now because it's going towards the end of our program as well. So, and remember, if you would like to have the reports, okay, on the Brisbane's real estate market outlooks and updates 2020, so please comment a report, like our program, like our page. My team will actually contact you and will send you these e-reports. All right, as usual, we were running this program from 8 p.m. every day. GMT plus 8. So tomorrow we have same time. Okay, we are going through Japan. So for those that interested in Japan market, so please feel free to join us tomorrow. And also invite all your friends that who you think that they might be the investor, yet they do not know how to go about international investment. So this is the best time to get them to come in to know a little bit more of the international market and some basic guidelines and investment criteria so that you can actually invest wisely. In fact, today I learned one of the quotes which I think that is very, very relevant. We are talking about quarantining ourselves because of the COVID-19, right? But today someone used this words quarantine in a different sentence. She said, do not quarantine your wealth. And I find that this is very truthful and very relevant, isn't it? Don't you agree with me? Do not quarantine your wealth. So in fact, this is actually the best time for you to look into some of the good deals and especially during uncertainty like this, all right? So if you are an investor and you're already prepared to invest, so this is the best time to look for a good deal now, right? Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. So remember, if you like our program, please give us like and like our page as well and share it to your friends, okay, to your investors, whoever that you think that they might interested to invest in overseas and yet they do not know how to go about it. So perhaps this is one of the program you can actually look into it. All right, so Johan, give us the last push. Why should we consider in Brisbane?
Okay. Firstly, and Brisbane is the triangle goal for the Australia. When you see the southeast Australia is Sydney, Melbourne, and Queensland, and Brisbane actually. And when people compare with the price, we are more affordability. The price is more cheaper, and population growth is always increased above 3% average, and also our rental yield is about 4 and 5% because our price is more lower than Sydney and Melbourne. So pretty much you can get a bit more income when you have to invest in Australia, especially in Brisbane. And on the other hand is the starting at the moment, the Brisbane to become international city is a lot of infrastructure development, massive development in Brisbane, and to bring a lot of employment and then tourism as well to about like 1.4 million every year to coming to the Brisbane. And actually this is to bring up a lot of the overseas students as well coming to Brisbane because of the weather a bit more warm, and also a lot of the interstate migration as well come to the Brisbane, because we in Gold Coast we have very beautiful beach and Sunshine Coast, and this is bring more a lot of attractive. You can enjoy your life, and then getting more yeah, you know, like it's about like demand and supply. If a lot of people coming in, the population growing, the property market is going up. Yes, yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, so remember the key highlight is because of the massive developments in Brisbane. Of course, we are talking about the rental yield is actually very positive as well, especially at this time. And the third one, we are talking about affordabilities in terms of the entry price is actually relatively cheaper as to compare to Sydney and Melbourne, right?
Correct.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? Remember, Lily was saying because we have Johan there. Yes, we have Johan there. Johan can speak Bahasa, can speak Mandarin, can speak English. So with Johan's supports there, don't worry about your investment. So you have a local people to actually look after your investments, and Johan's companies are doing property management as well. So remember, a lot of investors, they are worried that especially when they invest abroad, that no one look after their properties and they do not know how to go about it. But to be honest, buying into Australia, this will never be a problem. So all the Australians real estate agents, they are very professional, and this one I can't deny it. Okay, and I have a property myself, and I do experience that. I truly grateful towards Australians real estate agents, because they are really professionals. Okay,
I agree with you.
yeah, thank you very much. So thanks for taking out your time. I know that it's right now, it's about 10:30 at Brisbane time, right?
Yeah.
It's time to go to bed.
Okay, we can share. Yeah.
Okay, thanks a lot. For those that who would like to get to know more about Australian markets or projects, you can always log into our IQI, www.IQIGlobal.com website, or you can actually put your comment in our Facebook page. Our team will actually contact you. Let us know your concerns, okay? Let us know which are the property you are looking at and you need some advice. We are here to assist you, don't worry. We always provide one-stop solutions, and especially in IQI, we have all the global office, which is we have local team to actually support your investment. So don't worry that we'll hold your hand from the beginning until the end. So we really provide one-stop solutions to you. So this is for sure. Yep. All right. So I don't think there's any questions. So thank you very much for joining us again. For those who love our program, continue to like our program. I have 2 more programs that's going on until Sunday. So please invite all your friends to join us. All right. Thank you very much. Good night, everybody. Take care. Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
Terima
it's a
kasih.
honor to invite from IQI. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
Yeah, and thank you for the IQI team and to organize for this event.
All right. Yeah. You take care too. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.